Claude had little cause to visit Shoreside Vale until he met Donald Love. He was sent there by the troubled tycoon to retrieve a special package. Turns out, the cartel had other ideas. He'll catch up with them later. He also dropped his business associate, the bent cop Ray Machowski, off at the airport here. The Francis International Airport takes up most of the district. Further north, you have the businesses and industry that support it. Crossing the river, you can see the Cochrane Dam, powering the city with its hydroelectricity. Over the bridge is Cedar Grove, where the rich reside in elevation overlooking the ocean, and Staunton Island beyond. This district is dripping with money, but if you take the winding road down to the lower south of Shoreside Vale, there's quite a different story. Wichita Gardens is a high-rise housing project where the poorest people of the city make their home. It's a place the police rarely go, and residents tiptoe amongst and around gangs doing deals and touting weapons. The gang that controls this territory is the Southside Hoods, and having taken over the projects in '98 with the help of the Leones, are stagnating and starting to unravel. The residents here can sense something in the air, like a volcano waking up. And when Claude arrives to accept a job from gang leader GTAIII, that volcano erupts. I'm the Patient Wolf, and I'm a video game storyteller. This is the final part in my story focus on the phone missions in Grand Theft Auto 3. If you missed the previous installments, you can view them in the link on the screen now or down in the description. Make sure to subscribe for more GTA story videos coming soon, and if you enjoy yourself watching this, remember to hit like. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this is the story of the jailbird, GTAIII.
Yo, this is GTAIII of the Red Jacks. I got a problem. They trying to play me.
Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
The Southside Hoods are made up of two sub-gangs, the Red Jacks, led by GTAIII, and the Purple Nines. They acted as a single organised organism to secure their territory in '98, aligned in their pursuit of power and wealth, but it is when that power had been won and their common enemy receded that they started to turn within. They each started to wear their colours more proudly on the streets, and their differences cherished even more keenly. Like their allies, the Leones, the Southside Hoods had always stayed clear of spank. It brought too much heat from the cops, and they did not like the effect it had on the city. But for the Purple Nines, the draw of hard cash was too rich to turn down. For GTAIII, this was a step too far. It had to end.
Don't fuck with me.
These young punks, they come onto the streets and they got nothing but guns and spank on their minds. I want you to show these punk-ass bitches how a real drive-by works.
GTAIII has been a capable, brave leader of the Red Jacks for some time, and this tactical attack would have been something he would have been at the forefront of, but GTAIII is incarcerated, a victim of the city's futile clampdown on gangs. He was out of sight of the streets, but not out of mind. He still very much ran the day-to-day from his cell and knew all the goings-on in the city. He knew that Claude was the man to engage for this task, and Claude was only too glad to attack the business interests of the Colombian cartel. Anything to expose their leader, his enemy, Catalina. Claude's task? To take out any gang member rocking purple. If they were going to start a war, the Red Jacks should tip the balance first.
Take these nines off of here.
Claude lights up Wichita Gardens. With their numbers culled on the streets, next, GTAIII needs to focus on their spank enterprise.
These bitches got armored cars and now they're running spank and slinging it to brothers with no fear.
To preserve their interests, the Purple Nines have invested heavily in security and protection. Their vehicles have been armoured to the teeth to protect the spank within. A drive-by Uzi won't touch it. They need something far more probing.
There's a car parked up the way. There's some stuff in there to put these sissies on blast and wreck all their armored stuff.
Claude had been enjoying playing with the toys supplied to him by 8-Ball. There's nothing better to get a job done than rigging a car to blow. But this new method of explosion raised the bar of enjoyment for Claude considerably. Bomb buggies. Radio-controlled C4. Driven remotely and detonating under 3 armoured spankmobiles would cut the legs away from the Nines and all but gift Wichita Gardens to GTAIII and the Red Jacks. Although they were winning on points, GTAIII needed to knock them on the canvas. Out for the count. This would prove difficult. The Nines had receded and organised retaliation in guerrilla fashion. They looked to hit where it would hurt most. Every gang loved their car. The cartel had their cruisers, the yardies their Lobos. For GTAIII, he loved his Infernus so much. The fastest car in the city. That is what he missed the most. Not his family, not his home, but cruising in his ride. Hard earned from years building up the Jacks.
Some effort is wired my wheels to blow. If I lose those wheels, my rep on the street will be dead.
Claude is used to the care needed in driving a rigged vehicle, but GTAIII is nervous.
The clock's ticking and the wiring is messed up. One pothole too many and that thing could blow.
Claude needs to get the car to St. Mark's, over the water, for defusal. The tunnel was the quickest way for sure, but beating the clock and navigating traffic at speed was the test. The garage is opposite Salvatore's Gentleman's Club. Leone attention is all he needs. Claude is no longer welcome there. The car arrives unscathed and GTAIII's reputation and vehicle remain intact. Claude returns the car to Shoreside Vale. Now, how to end this war for good? GTAIII has a plan.
Them Nines are down to a few scabby herds, but they still want to bring it. They agreed to go toe-to-toe.
He has supreme faith in the abilities of Claude. Claude is to arm himself only with a bat, and with GTAIII's brother, end the Purple Nines once and for all. GTAIII would dearly love to be there.
I'd join you, but I ain't due for my parole hearing for another 3 months, know what I mean?
GTAIII has been focused on perfect behaviour inside, and the future looks bright, in no small part to Claude. If the Jacks can win the streets, he can join them in 3 short months and perhaps lead them to greatness in the city.
Go and meet my baby brother. He'll show you where they're fighting at, alright, son?
There are rules. Bats only. No guns, no cars. This is a battle for respect. You cool? Let's go crack some skulls.
They meet in the park gardens of Cedar Grove, overlooking the territory they so proudly fight for. Although outnumbered, Claude knows his way around a baseball bat. The Purple Nines are down. Their final innings over. The Red Jacks victorious. This would be the last task Claude would do for the Jacks. Their destiny was now their own to safeguard. But Claude would walk away from Wichita Gardens knowing that he was one step closer to getting Catalina out in the open. He had stripped the Colombian cartel of one of its allies, a sales linchpin in their spank empire. Claude didn't know it, but very soon, only minutes away from here at Cochrane Dam, Claude would finally get his chance at revenge. And if you would like to see the complete story of that revenge, check out my story of Grand Theft Auto 3 on the link above now and in the description. Like the video if you did, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you are, and thank you so much to my patrons who contribute to give me the time and space to make these videos for you. If you'd like to support me and get ad-free advanced access to all my videos, head over to Patreon, link on the screen now. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this has been the story of the jailbird GTAIII.